white women, and the reason why I say that is they saw him and they're like, Nigerian man, so that's that prince.
Yeah.
That's that prince that told me he's been ripping me off all year. He's been ripping me off, fire him.
She needs to go to Singapore to see those people. They're not here in Australia.
She's like, Tope, is that you? Oh my goodness, that's him.
Oh no. Man, real talk. Imagine that being confronted with him 20 grand because you thought you were going to get in some relationship with him.
Oh,
come on, man. Look, trust me, Nigerian men pull and they pull easy. They don't require any online dating systems to get it. They just walk out on the street and they get them. With these West African brothers, it's simple. It's like, what do you call it? Child's play. Dating is child's play. They get action. But yeah, look, I think it's pretty...
It's just interesting. I'm not going to get mad over all these things. The reason being is I'll be mad forever. I'm seeing the funny side of it. I'm like, really? But they apologized to him, which was great. The owner...
Of course.
Basically, the owner said to him that your coffee is not good. And then he kind of, I think, changed his mind and said, listen.
There you go. This is what I wanted to get at.
Listen. It's not that your coffee is not good, but
it's people in Bondi
the customers don't want a black man. Yeah.
He actually said that they're racist. People in Bondi are racist.
That's what, and he's a white dude, right? Yeah. And he said people in Bondi are racist, and he was like, okay. So he and he put it on social media on I think one of his stories, and it just went off.
Hell, it should have.
It went off.
From a how stupid can you be from a workplace relation standpoint? Why would you say, if you're firing someone, just say, hey, dude, you're not a good cultural fit. At least that you can say, what does culture mean? Is it because I'm black? Is it, you don't even say that. You don't even have to say that. You can say your coffee just straight up is whack.
It's whack.
You can think of 100 different things to say, but to actually specifically say that people in Bondi are racist and that's why...
Isn't that a good thing?
It's a good thing that he's being honest, but if you're someone who wants to avoid getting sued...
Yeah.
You don't say those things. This kid has a claim.
He didn't sue. He's not going to, apparently. Which is so fantastic on his behalf. I'm glad that he took it on the chin and he was like, you know what? That's fine. I wouldn't want to be in that environment anyway. Yeah, if really you don't want me there because of the color of my skin and it's got nothing to do with my job, why am I there? Like, it's cool. Yeah. Like, you don't have to like me. I think that's another thing that we have to understand. Yeah. People don't have to like us.
Yeah, right. That's true.
It's just better.
I don't have to like us.
And it makes the interaction around the world a lot better.
Well, look, let me just point out some stuff that
I
found, okay? Just in this is what we're working with in this country, all right? So 36.4% of people in Australia believe that the number of migrants accepted in Australia is too much.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
1 in 5 Australians who are of obviously a different background, other than European, or 1 in 5 Australians experience racism every year, right? That's like if you, me, and a couple other friends sat down, that's one of us is experiencing racism every year, right?
I think it's more than that.
Definitely more than that. But then this was 6,000 people who were talked about with this data. So 60% of Australians say that they would be concerned if one of their relatives married a Muslim person.
Really?
Yeah. This is interesting data. 41.1% of Australians believe that Australia is being weakened by immigrants.
Weakened. So
that's an interesting one.
That's an interesting word.
Yeah.
Weakened. So I'll leave that there.
Yeah. 48.6% of people believe that racial, ethnic, cultural, and religious minorities groups should behave more like mainstream Australians.
Act white.
Yeah. Be more like
them. So drop my culture.
Drop everything.
And take yours. And because you're the stronger one.
Right.
And anything I bring in is weaker.
Right.
To have that mentality, to think that you can cook better than me in terms of
make a coffee better than you.
The spices that we add, this is an addition.
Exactly.
This is an addition.
Yes, it is.
You're looking at it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Oh, see, you can either look at it as they come to get us, or they come to add onto what we have. Why would you not see it as add?
Absolutely.
There are 2 ways that people look at the world. Yeah.
But
and that's evident right here.
Interesting. And then, there are like positive things. For example, Australians acknowledge that 80% of Australians acknowledge that there is a problem with racism in the country, which is more of a mindfuck for me because it's like if you know that racism exists, then you're just one of those people who just allows it to continue to happen.
That's interesting, isn't
and
it?
that's more of a problem for me. But let's not get into that. We've already talked in depth about that. And 80% of Australians see cultural diversity as a positive thing.
Oh.
So I thought I'd put some positive instead of us always ragging on how bad Australia is in terms of a racist country.
But to my white brothers and sisters, like I know too many unbelievably great people.
Yeah, that's it.
But it's just once in a while, like you see, if you meet 100, let's say, fantastic non-racist Australians, and you meet one, that one just really gets you sometimes.
100%.
And you're like, whoa, and then you look at the whole thing a little bit differently, which is unfair. Which is unfair, but at the same time, it's our reality.
That's right. That's it. It's our reality, man. And you know, it's interesting because I would like to point out without losing my black crowd too much here that there are outliers who are the ones who go up to this cafe owner and say, dude, this guy's black, I'm not coming because he's black. It's not everybody in Bondi who's saying, I'm not having coffee here. There was a collective of people who may have some power over the owner or might be prominent within the region or, and eastern suburbs, everyone's loaded. They're rich or they well-to-do.
It would have to be your regulars.
Definitely.
That make that comment because not just people who come there once in a while.
Yeah.
It must be the regulars.
Could even be the coffee, because I know they make their own coffee. It could be, I don't know, the roaster who thought, hey, I don't want the coffee that I roast being, sold.
I understand the business as well, though, because they're like, well, if we're gonna lose the core of our customers, we're screwed.
Yeah.
So I understand what they did, but why it came to that in the first place is madness.
Yeah. Being fired for something like that is ridiculous. And I honestly doubt his coffee was terrible.
No, I don't think. Obviously,
there's no way.
He was told why.
Yeah.
So it's got nothing to do with the coffee.
But that's crazy. Knowing that in 2020, after everything we've gone through, after everything we're going through, that you can say that to someone and fire someone because of that. Like, it's a cafe job. It's not like he's managing the budget of $2 billion worth of police money or something like that. He's not doing something that is of such importance. I guess, okay, let me not talk about that. If someone fucks up my coffee,
yeah, you guys are poor. You coffee drinkers are so... You're nuts.
What are we?
Yeah, I gotta watch my mouth. You're annoying.
Normal.
You're annoying to listen to. All of you are annoying to listen to.
I have a natural capacity to be excited all the time.
Coffee, I need my coffee.
I can wake up happy without coffee.
If I don't have my coffee, I'm just gonna be grumpy and rude to you. And when I'm rude to you, I'm just gonna say, well, I've not had my coffee, so that's why I'm rude. Like, excuses. Yep. Excuses. Oh, I'm only racist because, I haven't had my cup of coffee.
Yes.
Imagine.
Oh man.
So
I think I'm more racist. I'm serious. I think I'm more racist for sure.
Let's talk about something that. So I recently got my Becky on. I got my Karen on.
Let me hear this Akwasi Karen situation.
Okay, so
I've been waiting for this for 24 hours.
Oh man, so there's right next door, or where my house is. I live in apartments. And I'm the last apartment, so I'm right at the end. So we are back to back with another house. Now, the other house, that right over the fence is where their backyard is.
Okay.
There's a little puppy there. And this puppy has been left alone.
Okay.
And all it does is bark. Initially, I didn't know it was a puppy. I just thought it was a chihuahua. It sounded like a chihuahua.
Okay.
I'd not had any sleep. For 48 hours, I just couldn't sleep.
Okay. Because of the barking.
Because of the barking, I thought, okay, dude, just chill. Don't be a dick. Just don't say anything. Let it be. And then I went to the gym.
Okay.
On my way to the gym, I got up in the morning, was going to the gym, and I just looked over the fence and I could hear, and I was looking for the dog. I was like, bloody chihuahua. And I never peek over someone's fence.
Yeah.
No one wants to see a black man.
He never peeks over someone's fence.
No one wants to see a black man peeking over another person's fence. Like, imagine. I never do that. And I was like, I have to find out what's going on. I looked over and it was a puppy. Cute little puppy. And it was and it was going nuts.
Yeah.
And I went to the gym, came back home, and I remember thinking to myself, just let it be. Don't say anything. I went home and I sat on the couch for a second and I thought, no. I can't do this. I can't do. As in the dog was barking too much, so I got my Becky or my Karen on, my white woman, and I wrote a note.
You wrote.
I sat down and wrote a note. It wasn't quite a letter, but it was a note. This is the widest thing I've ever done in my life.
Oh,
and so I wrote a note, and I was like, I'm doing this. I have to do this. And I wrote 2 notes, right? Because I might have get the wrong house.
Okay.
So I wrote 2 notes, and I walked. Stomped my way, but I had to go around the building. So I had to walk down the street, cut across, and go back. Now, I'm walking on a quiet suburban street. It's a beautiful, you can tell that, look, it's a beautiful street.
Yep.
And here's this black man.
Marching.
Marching down the footpath, looking for and in the most suspicious way.
Oh my God.
Because I'm trying to align where the back of my house is.
Right. So you're kind of like peeking your head around.
I am looking at every house. I'm kind of I walk to the driveway and I kind of look over and go, no, I can't, not that much. And I guarantee you there were people looking through the blinds at me like, oh shit.
Of course.
You know, and so either way, I'm just on. So I went by about 8 houses because I didn't get my alignment right. And so I eventually got the house and I was like, beautiful. And I went, and as I'm about to knock on the door, this Asian woman opens the double-story house, beautiful, and she's like, she's got a baby, and she's like, she looked a little nervous. She didn't fully open the door, and she's like,
happening.
I was like, do you guys have a dog, a puppy here? She's like, no, you're the second person that's come complaining about it.
So there was a Karen before you.
There was a Karen before me, right? And so we're all getting Karened up.
Yep.
So next door, she said it's a next door neighbor.
Okay.
So she said, but he's not home at the moment. And we had a quick chat, and you could tell she was like, yeah, you can leave now.
Yep.
And so I said, thank you very much. Went to the next house, and I put that letter, the little note that I wrote, in the letterbox.
Yep.
And I left. The note basically said, I said, listen, I don't know if you guys are home or not, but your puppy has been barking for 2 days straight.
Right.
And people around cannot sleep. This is too much, so please sort it out. So it really, I can't believe I actually did that in kind of marching over there and just...
I can.
You can.
You've been in Australia way too long.
Wait! And so I went home that day, and later on around 5 maybe about 6 o'clock, got home, and there was no barking.
Whoa!
And then the barking started for a good half hour, and I was like, "You've got to be kidding me!" And then I was about to go there again.
Just get up there.
And then it stopped. So he taken heed. He saw the note, and he's put the dog inside.
Good.
So that was my Karen moment, and I really enjoyed. I was like, "Wow, this actually works."
Yep. Try this now. The next step is you have to weaponize your blackness against.
Sometimes you just gotta play the game. We've got to play the game.
You have to play the game. That's
Unfortunately,
a very good way to go about it.
Right, you got to play the game.
I'm a big proponent of addressing something that is affecting you.
Yes,
right?
I couldn't
sit. I would never. 2 days I wouldn't last. But I wouldn't like Karen. I'd unfortunately be the angry black man. Just knock on the door and just be like, dude. This dog, shut it up, and then I'd walk off.
I tried so hard not to do that. I'm actually glad that he wasn't there, because I might have said that. I might have been like, dude,
serious.
Come on, man. Do I have to tell you this?
Yeah.
The dog was so crazy. Yeah. I thought the puppy would be tired. No, it had energy. It was letting the owner know that I'm gonna bark all day long, not knowing that the owner wasn't there. It wouldn't stop, man. Yeah, right. The puppy was just intense.
So this puppy, I don't know why we're diving into this, but this dude, does he normally, because he was away for 2 days, so he kept the puppy outside?
No, apparently he wasn't away, but
because that would be different, and then that would be negligent to leave a puppy outside.
That's what I thought the whole time. I thought, he wasn't there, but the lady next door said he normally gets home at 5:30 with his ute, and straight away I thought, he must be a tradie,
right?
So maybe he gets up at 4.
Yeah,
puts a puppy outside, and then the rest of us have got to listen to this puppy sing.
Yeah. It's a puppy, man.
I know. I can't get mad at a puppy.
So much anger towards a puppy. Wow.